Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages.
The hell's wrong with what?
I'm here, man. We're here. We're doing it.
We are here.
Okay.
We are here.
Freaking Whoville. Yehovian. You
Yehoviate.
dirty Whovian.
Yehoviate. Are they Whovians?
No, they're Whovians.
Oh, it's been a while. Been a while
Well,
since Jim
technically
Carrey's
they're Who's, but...
Who?
Well, I'll tell you who we're talking about today. We're talking about the Olympic teams. That's all right with you?
Yeah, the women's, the girls' side, because they start first, and then we're going to do the guys next week, because the women start on the 10th, the guys start on the 14th, and we're going to do the next show by the 13th, it'll be up by the 14th, which means the games will start on the 14th, which means that they'll be perfect timing, because our video will probably go up when they start at 2:30 in the morning in Korea, or 2:30 here in Korea, and it'll work perfectly.
Because you're a prima donna.
Well, because I wanted to get them done, and we can't do a 5-hour show talking about all the Olympic teams.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
I'm not wrong.
Well, that way we don't make this a 50-minute video.
We should start. Go!
Group B.
I'm losing it. 7 hours of research for a less than an hour show. I want you to understand that. 7 hours. If you are out there and you actually work for, research for a News Corp, good on ya. At least you get paid.
All right, so we're gonna start off with Group B here, the lesser of the two groups.
Can we see how it's kind of dumb how they have it set up, where they have the top 4 teams in Group A, and then the lesser 4 all in Group B.
Well, that's the point.
Because isn't it? I guess they're doing
they want to pit teams that are at the same level against each other. That's why you have the top 4 going in A, and then you have the last 4 at B.
Because if they do it like how they do in the World Juniors, at least, which I assume they do, like they cross during the medal round. So one plays 2 1 in A will play 2 in B, 1 in B will play 2 in A. So I think they're literally trying to set up a Russia-Canada final, or Canada-US. I think that's why they're doing that. So, whether or not, the one year, Sweden made it back in 06.
Well,
I think they're trying to set up for upsets almost.
If it's in the case of that, I want to see Sweden versus Canada. That'd be cool.
Canada won the last meeting back in 06. Here's what, it does set up for some.
But then you have, the U.S. playing Switzerland. You're like, aw.
Well, hey, you never know, man. I guess here we'll get into this here.
Dude,
there may be some.
What if Korea faces Russia?
Well,
what does that happen to politics there?
Well, hey, that's how the Olympics works. Olympics negates all politics and all brings all peace and good, slightly amateur, not anymore athleticism.
I cry BS.
Well, how about talking about Korea and Russia? It may happen because if you look at Korea's roster, if you want to kind of get into that, this is their first time in the Olympics.
Yep.
And it is not just South Korea.
Oh my goodness.
This is huge because a couple weeks ago, North Korea and South Korea came together and they said they're going to do a joint team. Now, this caused a lot of outcry to South Korean fans, because they have a lot of talent in that.
They have great players. Who are these North Koreans? Let me guess.
If we look at it in the fact that, hey, it's good that they're trying to combine, yes, it's a good thing.
Oh, yeah.
In terms of on ice, it's not. Now, granted, I would like to see a good showing for Korea, and I'll be honest, they only lost 3-1, and they played Sweden last Sunday, and
that's still 3-1 though.
To Sweden,
and Sweden probably didn't play as hard as they could,
and
Korea probably put on their best show.
Well, we don't know. We don't know that for sure.
All I can say is I don't want to sound sexist or anything, but I'm pretty sure those Korean players are just Kim Jong-un's concubines. Let's be honest here.
No, I don't. There's a lot.
There are probably some pretty decent players, because they've had their Korean sports teams.
Well, if I can,
or at least their North Korean teams, and they've had their own Korean Olympics where Korea always wins, and then Russia's second, and then China's third.
I just think, there's a lot to look at here. First of all, let's start off with they have 6 goaltenders on the roster.
For Korea?
Well, there's 6 total, and yes, if you go on, credit to our good friends.
6 total with 0 depth. Great notes, Tej.
Thank you. Okay, well, credit to our friends here at EliteProspects.com, EliteProspectsHockey.com, for all the rosters and all the information on these teams. I will say this: can you guys do totals for the goaltenders, so I don't have to pull out my calculator and punch in every number for every team, for every player? Thank goodness I only did reviews for one goaltender per team because holy cow, I have to go down the list and for every world championship, every year they played pro, every single thing I have to add up.
I mean, hey, in the words of
just the goaltenders though, not the players.
In the words of Fifth Harmony, you can work from home. You don't gotta go to work. Okay.
Interesting, cracker.
Hey.
Anyway, so their goaltender's actually not up. She's pretty good. So it's Shin So-Shung. She is
Shin So-Young.
Shin So-Young. I'm sorry, and we apologize to
any. I will be taking the charge of.
We tried to go around the. We tried to get all the pronunciations. I tried to. So any of these, if we get them wrong, we do apologize. We do not mean any bad, but we're trying to get them right here. That's very difficult for us. So
we're white.
Well, yeah, no, it's not.
We're not very ethnic. And
we do know that the Japanese and all the Korean names and Mandarin names, you say them in reverse. We do know that. Thank you, New Japan. So Shin So-Shung. So Shin So-Young. You're gonna be yummy with this one here. So she's a lot of the players we're talking about have North American experience. Yeah. Which is huge for Korea.
Well, for the South Korean players.
Well, yeah, that's all. Hey, let's be honest. That's all that there's been allowed to, and we're not going to get into all the political stuff, but that's how it is. But Shin So-Young, she played 4 years out in St. Francis Xavier University in U Sports, and out there she had some of the best numbers in Canadian women's hockey with
46 games, 37 wins, 1.46 goals against average, 94 save percentage, .944.
Yeah, that's how they measure it. It's 944. But anyways, she was always topped in the country, and that's going to be huge, especially on a team with, like I said, not a lot of depth. She's going to be the backbone of that team. Yeah, if they have any chance of winning any games, like maybe Japan, maybe Switzerland. I don't know about Sweden.
I say,
and here's the thing: in a tournament,
teams that they beat, they could beat Japan, and then I'm going to go on a limb, and I say that they could possibly beat Russia if they get sick.
Well, that's if they get to the medal round.
If they get sick.
In a tournament like this, if you get a win and a tie in this, you have a chance to make it. It's so weird, so you need to just beat Japan and tie. Well, that's the thing. You only play 3 games before you get to the medal round.
Yeah, which is
tight. Yes, it is weird because
it's a tight schedule.
It's a very tight schedule because I looked at all the Olympic games. Most of these players only play, like the Canadians. Yes, they play 5 games. You play 3 in your group, and you play a semifinal and a final. So it's very easily to get in. You just have to get a win and a tie and have your other teams lose. Like if Sweden goes 3-0, well, if they can get, if Korea can get a tie or whatever.
So looking more at Shin, she also played for the Metropolitan Riveteers in the NWHL with a 2-2-1 record, 3.2 goals against average, and a .898 save percentage.
It's not a bad. Yeah, she's been on the national team.
She's been on the team since she was 16.
You're gonna be surprised when you look down how many players have been on it since they were like 15. It's crazy. Their defense, there's not a lot there.
You got they're very young.
Park Ye-eun, she played for
Park Ye-eun.
I apologize. Park Ye-eun. She played for PEI and U Sports. She only played in 12 games, so it's gonna be hard for them to. Like I said, that's why you're gonna look at Shin. She's gonna have to do fantastic because there's not a whole lot on the back end. Forwards though, the players we're gonna focus on are their best players, and it is weird because they were all born in North America.
They're so white too.
No, they're born from Korean descent, so that's why they can play.
Well, I mean, they're from Korean. Well, no, they're from Korean parents that have moved to North America.
Yeah,
and it's the weird thing of, you're born in one country, but you belong to another.
Well, it's like
look at these names: Caroline, Nancy Park, Randy Griffin.
So, but because that's how they were born. They were born in the States and born in Canada. So. First one's Caroline Nancy Park. She's from Brampton. She played in the PWHL and played about over 100 games with Princeton. And she wasn't a horrible forward. She was 13 points. I mean, like I said, this is going to be a different team. They have North American experience, which can be key. Whether or not they can transfer into victories will be difficult. Randy Griffin, she played for Harvard.
I think that'll be their biggest thing when they're facing teams like Japan and Switzerland.
Is that they maybe take advantage of it.
Because not a lot of Japanese players have North American experience. I want to say out of all the Asian,
I think there's
Asian and Eastern European teams, which like Switzerland, and then even Russia, kind of.
Yeah. Well,
they have the most North American experience.
The other one.
But then again, you're playing on Olympic ice, which
Right. That's why I think it'll be different. So, but yeah, and then you have Danielle Eam, and she's from Toronto. She played for the Arrows in the PWHL, and she almost was a point-a-game player. She only played 39 games, but she had 24 points, 12 goals, 12 assists, pretty even player.
Played for Wilfred.
So I just think for Korea, it's gonna be tough, and I think it is real. It's gonna if they pull a Vegas.
They're not pulling a Vegas.
If they pull a Vegas,
they can't.
Yeah, it's gonna be very difficult. But you know what? I'll be honest. I'm in Group B. I would like to. I want them to do well. I don't want them to get blown out. I want them to lose. If they're gonna lose close games. That's what I really want. I think.
I say if they've because you said because you're playing 3 games in your like group. So when you're facing Sweden, that's gonna be like a 4-0 loss. I don't know. 4-1. They might squeeze out 1 goal, maybe. Japan will be close, and Switzerland, I'm just gonna say that they're probably gonna lose by 2.
It'll be close, but so let's move. Let's kind of go.
So now we're gonna go on to Japan.
Let's go east from Korea. Japan. So Japan's been there since the beginning. Of course, then again, '98 they almost had an automatic bid. Kind of like Korea, they had an automatic bid even though they had to qualify because Korea's hosting this year. Japan hosted in '98. They got it. They finished 6th, which is their best finish because in the last in Sochi they finished 7th. And they have
that's what you get when you only have 3 apperances, though.
This is their third.
Well, this is their third. Excuse me.
So they have yet to win or tie. They've lost all their games, but they have 15 returners from Sochi, so that experience could help them. Their goaltender, she's got some more Northern experience too.
Fujimoto Nana.
No, I could have said that one. Fujimoto Nana. She played 13 games in the first year of the NWHL. So like the NWHL was kind of a thing Canada had back in like the early 2000s.
Yeah.
Like Wickenheiser was still young.
Yeah.
But now, so they did the revamped league in 2015, her first year with New York. So she had, in 13 games, she had 3.28 goals against with a 9.11 save percentage. She's one of only 4 to play 10 games that year, 10-plus games. And her numbers were some of the best in the NWHL. So, here's the thing. Goaltending, it starts from the goaltender out with all these teams. If you have a good goaltender...
Well, Group B, at least.
Well, for all teams. For any any successful hockey team, if you have a bad goaltender, you're not going to make it. Unless you have
unless your defense is really good,
and
pucks don't go to the net.
So Chicago. Anyway,
we're talking Olympics. We're not talking.
Oh, right, because there's no NHL.
We're not talking about those NHL players. They're not allowed here. Go to the KHL, then you play in the Olympics. I'll tell you right there.
KHL's allowed. Maybe they are.
Yeah, they are.
Oh,
half of the Canadian men's teams from the KHL.
Swiss. They're in the Swiss league. They're in the Swiss.
Okay.
We will see on our show next week.
7.
Anywho, so Fujimoto. So she'll be huge. I think. Then we have playing from looking up towards the defense, we have Alex, you want to say this one, please?
Takuchi
Anna. She plays for the Inferno, or she played up until last season, so this year she's focusing just on the national team. She played for the Calgary Inferno. She won the Clarkson Cup with them back in 2016. In 38 games, she's a plus 27, which is going to be huge. She's got a lot of experience.
She's going to be huge.
And probably one of her partners will be Suzuki Sina.
Yeah, it's gonna be great.
It's gonna be huge.
It's gonna be huge.
Suzuki Sina. She's actually the first ever non-North American to appear in the CWHL All-Star Game. She's playing currently with the Furies right now.
Good for you.
And in 28 games, not the best record. She's a -7 in 28 games so far. But I read the scouting report on her. She's a real good puck moving defenseman. I follow the Furies, so I kind of have an idea what's going on with them.
Barely.
I follow them. I follow them on Twitter.
Yeah. You followed them as soon as we were like, hey, we should do an Olympic team.
I followed them a couple weeks ago.
Well, that's when we discussed this, didn't we? Actually, it was a couple weeks ago.
Well, I started following them, and I followed the Inferno too. And the Canadian Women's Hockey League it is growing. Albeit, good for the NWHL. They're trying to do the thing, but CWHL, they're getting on Sportsnet. They're
getting on Sportsnet. But when Toronto, one of your flagship teams, plays in the practice facility for the Toronto Maple Leafs.
You have to understand that
at least put them where the Marlies play.
Rico.
Yeah, that'd be a great facility for them. I mean, no, you're not going to sell it out, but it's like the same situation of like.
We should get into this another day. I think this will be for another episode. So
that'll be during the seasons when the season's over,
or at least when the Olympic season's over. So, and then we move to forward, and the forwards. There is very, very little. The only...
Well, very little North American experience.
Yes, and the only player that does is Kubo Hane. Kubo Hane. She played in the old... She played... Hane.
Like honey, but Hane.
She is one of the old... She's one of the veterans on the team. She's been playing...
She's 35.
She's only playing the 2014 Olympics. And she's 35 years old.
I mean,
she played.
I think she's the only. Isn't she the only forward that played in the '98 games?
I don't think she did. I think she was too young at that point.
No, she played. Kubo Hane.
Kubo Hane.
Yeah. She played in the '98 games.
Let's
look right over there.
No, that's for the that's Division I championship. She played. She did not play in the Olympics. I got her career stats right here.
Oh,
thanks
she did?
to Elite Prospects. Nope. She started late. She was in the World Championships. But that first round of stats, that's all D1. If you look at the thing, it's Olympic qualifiers she plays in. Ooh. But she played for the Oakville Ice in the old NWHL. And so in 36 games, not too bad. 15 goals, 19 assists. Not too bad.
All right, I'm done with Asia. Switzerland.
Well, let me quick finish up Japan. Potential, it's gonna be rough. It's gonna be really rough.
Yes, I know. Korea.
I know we got to keep going here. So Switzerland,
Le Suisse,
the Swiss Alps. This is their fourth appearance.
You can't say the Swiss Alps because it's just the Alps at this point.
Les Alpes. Or rather, there's the apostrophe. So the only Olympics they missed the first two women's Olympics, but they made the last three, and they won a bronze in the last one. It was a real big turnout, and that was thanks mainly to Florence Schelling. She was one of the best goaltenders. And this is where it gets really interesting because a lot of these teams have a lot of North American experience. Because Florence Schelling, she played for Northeastern from 2008 to 2012. Not too bad with a 1.74 goals against and a 9.40 save percentage in 98 games. Then she went to the Brampton Thunder of the CWHL. Played there for only a year, but had pretty good numbers. 901 save percentage, 253 goals against. And she's come back and played in the SDHL, which is the Swiss women's hockey, the Swiss league. Mm-hmm. And in 57 games, 145, 948 save percentage. She's gonna be huge. And she was a tournament MVP in the 2014 games, despite having a 3.97 goals against average. But she is the only reason why they even got to that point.
Here's my question though: what about Janine Alder?
Janine Alder, I'll say this because Florence Schelling.
Tell us about her a little bit.
Florence Schelling she's been there a while. She's 28 years old. In women's hockey, 28 years old is kind of old because. I mean, for the longest time, now that there's pro leagues coming around in Europe and North America, the girls can play a lot more.
Yeah,
they can
younger and younger and younger.
Well, they can get older.
Well, they can get older.
Because don't forget,
it goes both ways.
Up until the NWHL and CWHL kind of came to fruition, you just played college. And it's funny, I looked at
college,
and that was it. You played college, and you kind of toured around with the national team every so often. Because even a couple of the girls that are on the U.S. team still just played college and then played for the U.S. Because they go around and play exhibition games against Canada, Sweden, whatever, Four Nations Cups, all that stuff.
Russia.
And Russia, too, yep.
Russia.
So you're going to see it.
So could you say that Florence Schelling would be the favorite to start?
To start at the beginning, but if she does, Janine Alder could be possibly the next one in line. Because I think...
Janine Alder, who hails her hockey career from St. Cloud State.
Yeah, she's a sophomore there at St. Cloud State. She played...
Of Minnesota.
How many years she played?
Because St. Cloud is in the upper part of Minnesota.
2 years. No, this is her... She only played 1 year for the ZSC Lions. Frohen. The women's ZSC Lions team in the Swiss A-League. So she's a very capable backup for them. So that's huge in depth.
Actually, no, it's Frohen.
But then the experience for their back end is really huge too. It's the Laura Benz and Nicole. Now here's the thing about the Swiss, especially the Russians. A lot of the players come from one team. ZSC Lions runs the Swiss A League.
Well, they're just good.
They're
like the Red Army of Swiss women's hockey.
And you're gonna see what the Red Army of Russian women's hockey is here in a minute. But they both play for Nicole Glass and Laura Benz. They both play for ZSC Lions. Both actually played. Excuse me, just Nicole Glass played for Colgate. She had 40 points in 138 games, but a minus 14 there at Colgate playing college. But
yeah, that happens.
Both are almost point a game players playing pro. Nicole Glass has 42 points in 39 games, and then Benz has 70 points in 78 games. And Benz has a lot of winning experience because she's won the championship 5 times with Lions.
And another player that's won a couple championships with the ZSC Lions, Frachen, Alina Muller.
Yeah, we're moving up front here with, like I said,
with these forwards. 24 games, 38, 29, and 67. That's your goals, assists, and points. 29 apples. That's pretty good.
She's a feeder too, yeah. And in World Championships, she has 11 points in 13 games. It's funny, like you see the girls play their pro leagues and they have like outrageous numbers, and then they have a little bit less than point in game numbers in World Championships. That's when you're playing teams like Canada, U.S., Finland more often. Yeah, and the fact that she has that many points in only 13 games shows that she can score at the international stage. That's why I looked in the World Championships too, because like let's see how they do against the best in these tournaments.
Well, yeah, she shows that she can score, and also I think the biggest thing for teams like Switzerland is that they're gonna have to. I think it's going to be a passing game, but at the same time, I don't want to say it's going to be a passing game because
they're going to have to be patient. You can't be willy-nilly against teams like Canada and the US.
No, you're not going to be able to. You got to play cerebral hockey, very smart, and you just got to know the game. Because I mean, especially if you're facing like a team like Canada or the U.S., they're gonna bring the. Well, we'll talk about this when we go to the Group A, but they like to stay in the center of the ice, especially since the Olympic ice is just that much wider.
For women's hockey, they're very physical, so that's going to be very difficult for them.
They hit hard. But let's move on here.
So we got Lara Stadler. She played in Minnesota Duluth, 54 goals, 94 assists in 134 games, plus 70.
Another line
which is crazy because you're playing against like Minnesota and Wisconsin, your own division. That is impressive. And then you have Isabel Weidecker. Now, I mentioned Weidecker because she's on a line with her 2 other sisters, Monica and Nina. Both of them were on the 2014 team. This is her first Olympics. However, she is
the Sedines on steroids.
This is like the Stasi brothers. Except here's the thing: she's better than both of them.
Better.
She is so.
Is she the center?
She maybe I don't know. And it's funny. It's funny. You know what? They didn't play D1. All 3 of them played for D3 for Saint Scholastic at the same time. 38 points, 22 games. Isabel had. But her numbers in the Swiss League are redonkulous. In 123 games, she has 111 goals, 151 assists for 262 points. Are you kidding me?
Nope.
That is ridiculous. I'm sure she's playing with her sisters, but...
I mean, she plays for a really good team, too.
And it helps, but...
She plays for a team also.
But here's the thing, she's playing with her teammates, too. So that's going to be huge, having that camaraderie. And being able to... Camaraderie. There's... Camaraderie.
We can't talk about comrades. Russia's here.
No, not Russia. Oh, we'll get to that later. So now let's go down to Scandinavia.
Sweden.
To Sweden. So they've been in every Olympics since the women's came back in '98.
And they're good.
They are probably arguably the 3rd or 4th best, depending on how
I say they win the silver.
You think you win the silver this year?
We're
going to get to predictions later. We'll do predictions later.
I do predictions
but they're pretty good. They got the 2002 bronze. They did that. They beat... Gosh, who they beat?
I don't know.
I don't remember who they beat. But they won the silver again because they beat the U.S.
Finished 4th in 2010, 2014.
So they're up there. They're right there.
They're pretty good.
With the exception of '98, they've gotten to the Olympics. Or they got into the bronze medal game, at least. So Sarah Brown will probably be the starter for them. She's a veteran. She's played in 2010 and 2014. I couldn't find the numbers on her 2014 stats, so I don't know why that's gone. But
I mean, she's got four games under her belt for that.
But playing in the Division 1/the SDHL, she's got 238 games, 2.42.
Well, from our notes here, you can tell that she doesn't have any save percentage lower than .864.
That was just in the 2010 Olympics.
Right, where they only played the 3 games and...
But however, .922 save percentage since 2001. She's the longest. Which is why I kind of wanted to mention Minatsu Maras. Oh gosh, help me out here, Alex. Marase. She's been playing for AIK since 2011. She is a very capable backup, I think. I mean, her goals against average, it just hit for the most part of her career, it's below 2. She'll probably be a very capable backup for Sweden, and so that's why I think, especially with these European teams, seeing that they have a deeper goaltending core will definitely help them in this tournament because because I know it's like I said, 3 games.
And
if Sarah falters once, I don't know, you'd probably go with Manatsu.
I think in a situation like that, obviously sometimes there's bad games, but I'm gonna say, with how much depth some of these teams have with their goalies, if your goalie lets in more than 2 goals, throw in the backup.
You like in a tournament like this, where you only play 3 games, you almost
throw in your backup, and it's not like the situation where you're like, oh, I don't know, with your backup. Like, your backups are pretty good. Like, I mean, it's kind of the same way with North American hockey. I mean, sometimes McElhaney starts. Backup-Aney.
Hell, he played last night and played pretty good.
He did pretty good, even though he flops like a fish.
And it's great.
Plays like you, but only better.
Whoa! Whoa! Onto the defense! I'm going home.
Let's start with Emmy Alasalmi.
Yep, another good Swiss League player. She plays for AIK with Marase. I didn't see the chika over the E.
There's no chika over the E.
Well, yes, because I couldn't find it on the darn keyboard. I couldn't find it on the flipping keyboard. But so she's a pretty solid defenseman, plus 53 in over 7 seasons, games. 7-8 seasons, 268 games. She won the championship with AIK back in 2013. Pretty good, I think.
Got 24 games in the playoffs, 2-0-2, minus 10 though.
Well, minus 10. Well, yeah, in the playoffs, but you know what? Sometimes the playoffs, it's high scoring. All you got to do is playoffs. But her defense partner, Alex, would you like to pronounce This one for me?
This is Maya Nilen Persson. Or actually, it's Piersone.
It's Maya. Yes, it says Maja, but she's one of the youngest.
Maja. Maya.
She's making her first appearance and is a 17-year-old. Imagine, you're 17, you're just getting your new car, yada, yada, yada. Oh, I'm going to go to the Olympics. Whee!
In a situation like this, I'm going to say a player like Maya, it wasn't 17-year-old. She was probably like 14, and then, your country comes knocking on your door, and they're like, all right, we're going to have some tryouts.
Well, here's the thing. She's 17 now, and it's 2018 season. She's been playing pro since she was, 2014, so let's do the math here. 14. She's been playing for Lexans since she was 14 years old. She's got 46 points in 112 games, plus 35. Not bad for a defenseman that's young and, as they would say, immature.
Is she cute?
Calm yourself, child. Moving up front, we got Hannah Olsson. Yes, Olsson. She won championships with Linkoping and Jurgen in the Swiss Djurgården. Alex, help me out here.
Hold on.
What are you doing? No. Hey, focus.
Which one?
No, I'm not.
Anna Borgfist? Which one are we talking about? No, that's just Hanna Olsson.
No, I'm talking about the team. Djurgården.
Oh, the team.
The team she won the championship with.
Oh, that's Djurgården.
That's what I thought. But yeah, she's above a point a game player, 138 points, 110 games, and then one of her line mates probably will be Anna Borgfist, who's been playing pro since 2004. Like, it's funny how because pro starts in Europe at 15. Starts at 15, Alex. I'm about to shut you down here. But
she's pretty cute, but she ain't that cute.
Borgfist.
I'm not trying to get a
for my compadre here who's totally focused.
I'm not trying to get a plane to Pyongyang, if you know what I'm saying.
No, duh, because it's a lot of money. Anyways, but she's over a 2-point a game player. If I do it, am I doing my math right? Yes. About 267 points and. No, I'm not doing my math.
It's like a 1 point something.
I was looking at the goals. She has 124 goals, 143 assists, 200. This is Borgfist we're talking about here. She had 2 goals and 2 assists in the last Olympics, so definitely showing some experience there. Pernilla Winberg. She is a very important player because, Alex, if you don't remember, back in 2006, she scored the shootout-winning goal in the semis against the U.S. to get Sweden to the gold medal game. To win, but they lost. But they got the silver. However,
victory!
So she was a huge part of that team, and she continues. She's 28 years old, and she played actually in Duluth back in 2008.
You see, this is one thing I find quite as a trend for these European players. They like to play in Minnesota.
Well, Minnesota. Well, don't forget, in the women's college, you either play in Minnesota, Wisconsin, or Boston area. Like, there's not a whole lot in the Midwest.
Well, for women's hockey.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. There's not a whole lot in the Midwest, right? Like Michigan.
There's nothing on the West Coast. I'm sorry, USC, but I'm sorry.
I mean, they're trying, I know. But she did pretty good for, for a young Swedish forward.
That's another episode.
111 points in 139 games that Weinberg had. But, and she's got pretty good numbers. Let's see, in 3 Olympics, she has, do my math here, 9 goals, 7 assists for 16 points, and a +1 overall. So not too bad. Since we're at the end of Group B here, who do you think tops Group B? We don't care about the medal round right now.
Who tops Group B? Sweden.
I think so too. They're just too deep. I think Switzerland may give them a run for their money, but I think Sweden will get enough points that they're this 1 seed coming out.
I think one reason why Sweden's not in Group A, which I'm glad that they're not in Group A,
because they would get swamped as we're going to see in Group A.
Well, here's the thing though. I think it's a good. I think if I was Sweden, I would be breathing a little bit easier that in Group B because
you're playing
your first 3 games are going to be basically. I don't know the schedule for their games, but you're basically having.
See if I can look it up here.
Like 3 warm-up games. Korea and Japan, no problem. Switzerland will put up a fight, but you're still gonna win.
Well, don't count them out.
I'm not counting Switzerland out. I'm gonna say Switzerland's top 5. No, top 5.
All right,
because of how the grouping system goes. But I think
thank goodness Canada plays at 7 a.m. I'll be alive. Oh no!
But I think.
Sorry, I didn't mean to have.
So
I forgot
who's Sweden's first opponent?
Sweden's first opponent is Japan.
So that's
they get Japan and Korea back to back. So.
Japan and Korea, I say that they're going to probably put...
then they play Switzerland
they're gonna put their
Tuesday. So next Tuesday at 10 p.m.
They're going to put Sarah Gran in for the
I'm gonna get no sleep.
Japan game.
I'm going to get no sleep.
And then they're going to put Manatsu Murase in there for Korea.
And that's always hard, though, because watching Canada and have them playing, like, low teams in World Juniors, they put 2 goaltenders, like, we played better against Denmark. It was a 10-1 game, dude. Like, it's
when you're only facing
it's hard to judge.
When you're only facing like 3 to 6 shots per period, that's not
hard. Per game, let alone. I mean, like that's how
I can get to about like 11 shots maybe.
It'll be interesting, but so Sweden will probably
Sweden's gonna top there. They're just too darn good.
Is that just the women's or men's? That's the Winter Olympics. This is men's and women's. This will be men's and women's. Okay, sorry, I was just looking at the schedule so we can compare it for. Other teams. So
Group A.
We're gonna start with the 4th seed.
Hold on.
Okay, you're gonna scream.
Yeah. USA, Canada, Finland, and Russia. Oh,
it's gonna be a barn burner. It's gonna be a knockdown drag. You're gonna see Canada versus Russia. You're gonna see probably Canada, USA maybe twice.
Of course, I'm shocked that Canada's number 2.
Well, the U.S. won the World Championships last year.
Yes,
they won the last 5 World Championships. It's pretty obvious.
They are the favorite.
That's why they're obviously the number 1 seed, and I don't blame it.
Here's my thing. As much as I have a favoritism towards Canada, I think it should have probably been maybe U.S., Finland, Canada, Russia.
Just because Canada lost to Russia in an exhibition game,
no,
doesn't mean anything.
I'm talking about Finland. I'm just talking Finland by themselves. I think because their country's name isn't Canada is why they're number 3.
I think it's because they had a bad showing last year in the World Championships.
They did, which was unfortunate, but stuff happens. Players play different than you practice.
But we'll get to them. But first, the
Olympic athletes from Russia, a.k.a. the Women's Red Army, and people that did...
Tornado Dimitrov.
A.k.a., the Red Army of Russia, and... people that also didn't do drugs.
Let's not beat a dead horse while it's down, but it happened. We know it happened. We know the sanction against him.
They have a Netflix original movie of the guy that distributed all of these performance-enhancing drugs, and him just be like, yeah, I did it. Did Putin know? Yeah.
It's just...
What are you doing?
But at least I'm glad they're allowing the players to be in it, though. The
players that tested negative for the drug.
I think,
mind you,
I think the only player that had that happen to, and it wasn't necessarily steroids. It was I think it was painkillers taken, but it had steroids in it. That was Nicholas Backstrom. I think he was the only player from Russia, hockey player, that had it happen to him. I don't think any of the women had it. From what I'm remember, I could be wrong.
I don't want to speculate anything, but these are only the players that were tested negative. I know
because they're finished. Both men's and women's were both DQ'd from 2014.
Yes, your power lifters, even your runners, they were giving their runners absolute
well, yes, steroids. Because it works. Ben Johnson.
But either way, come on, guys. Just I know you want to edge, but you knew you were going to get caught eventually.
The way it is nowadays,
they were stripped of all their medals. They were banned from playing the games for at least one season.
Well, they're going to be completely banned, but at least they're allowing the Russian country's banned. They're at least allowing the athletes to go.
Athletes that tested negative. Keep that asterisk there.
So their goaltender.
But before we get to the goaltender, fifth appearance, 2002, 2006, 2010, and 2014, they were DQ'd from.
So they have never finished above fifth, which is surprising because they've won 3 bronze medals over their years.
2001, 2013, 2016.
Russia, and it is apparent with all other teams too. They have not had the same amount of fortune and same amount of success as their men's counterpart, which is the same with other teams. But it's possible. We'll just get right into it. Oh gosh, how was it said, Alex?
Nadezhda Alexandrova.
So she's been playing pro for the Russian Women's Hockey League. These are all on, if I'm not mistaken, all my team players I have Tornado. All play for Tornado. Tornado. Oh no, except for not Olga. But anyways, we'll get to her in a second.
Olga.
But Tornado Dimitrov is the
Tornado.
Tornado?
That's how they pronounce it. It's Tornado.
Tornado, sorry. The Tornado Dimitrov. So she doesn't have the greatest save percentage, but under 2 goals against in 65 games.
That's pretty good.
Shabby.
Pretty good.
In the World Championships, she's pretty good too. 316 goals against, 908 save percentage, pretty good there. She won the bronze. Yeah, her bronze in 2013 is great because she actually had a bad 2017, but her 2013. Ready for this, guys? And this is not a joke. In 4 games, .29 goals against. That is a 0 before the decibel by a 2.9. That is less than a goal a game, less than half a goal a game in 4 games.
Just score like it is tight. That's just above a quarter goal a game. That means that she literally only let in one goal. I don't even know how the .29 did. Was there
it had to have been like she played like 58 minutes one game or something like that.
Well, no, she'd have to play more.
She'd play less or something.
She would have had to. Oh, maybe she would have played less.
But
maybe there's a shootout where she let 1 goal in.
Yeah, but here's the thing though. This is only her second appearance in the Olympics. She appeared in 1 game in the 2006 games. She has not appeared since. And at 32,
probably a third stringer there.
At 32, whether or not she still has it will be up in the air. She still has good numbers in the Russian league and good numbers in World Championships, but we'll have to see there. But
she's gonna be the backbone of this defensive.
Like every goaltending team, but
no. If you look at the top 3, I would say that your offense is going to be playing way better than your goalies.
You would hope so, especially a team like this. But
in a perfect world,
their defense core. They're solid in the Russian Women's League, and so we have Angelina Goncharenko. Is that how I say? Goncharenko. So 83 points, 95 games, 2016 and 2016.
Actually, no, it is Goncharenko. You're right.
Yep, another Tornado.
Tornado Dimitrov.
Yep, and not great numbers in the World Championships though. 5 points, 28 games, minus 22.
Hey, she's a 2018 All-Star, guys.
Yeah, the Russian
of the women's,
like I said,
hockey league of
Russia. It's the Tornado team.
Tornado.
And her, Pirogova. She's only 18, Pirogova, so she's been playing since 2014, and she's actually not too bad with 104 points in 100 games, point a game player. Not too bad. Will you quit this?
I'm not doing anything.
I'm going to put a mirror next here so you can look at all the stupid things she's looking up while we're doing this. But again, the same thing for her in the World Championships. And 3 World Championships, 17 games, minus 9. Not too good. So, let's go down to the forwards now. Anna Shokina. 234 points in 104 games. With a plus 113.
The best defenseman they've got. I'm calling it right now. Gershie, you got purred mouth.
Great. This is alright. Anyway, so Shokina, as I was doing my actual work. I'm sorry, Alex, we're on a time frame here and we're gonna go way over.
Yeah, it's fine.
Gosh, we're already at, was it 44? Well,
you have to also understand.
We started recording a couple minutes, so we're at 40 minutes pretty much. So Shakina, not too bad. Once again, world championship numbers. She's only won world championships. She had 2 points in the 2017 world championships. She appeared in the 2014 games, had a goal, 3 assists in 6 games. Not awful. Mm-hmm. So you got Belikova.
I'm gonna say
Here we go.
Ludmila.
Come here.
Belikova.
Oh, shut up. Sorry. I was trying to click the thing, but the Sports Illustrated was running bad.
Ludmila Belikova.
Thank you, Elite Prospect. That's smart on your part, having the names on here. So
I mean, what are you gonna do? Just have
169 goals. Nice. 37 points in 106 points. Plus 56 when 71
She can't
games.
score anymore, dude. She can't. You're gonna have to go for all the apples until you get 69 apples.
No, Alex, that's in the Russian league. She can score in the Olympics. Chewbacca, you hit the camera. That is our dog that bumped the camera. Are you gonna be the one to get up?
Nope. Fly ball. Caught. That's fine.
So then on her wing is Olga Sasina.
That's if they win, it's because of her.
Because of Olga.
Her name.
She's funny. She's the only one really key player that's not from Tornado. What are you licking, Chewbacca?
It smelled like my foot.
What did you step in?
I don't know. I have my foot in my shoe.
But she played for Skif Nizhny Novgorod and Agidel Ufa in the Russian Women's League. Pretty solid player.
Like Ufa, Russia?
Ufa, Russia.
Ufa.
105 games, 123 goals, 155 points. They're going to have to definitely look to her if they want to change.
I told
Russia.
It's Olga.
Here's the thing. I don't think Russia, though. They have the talent. I don't think they'll get anywhere near the...
Well, with the situation, like we talked about this before we started shooting, how they have the structure of the groups and whatever, they're going to be...
They're in the gauntlet. They're in a buzzsaw.
USA and Canada and Finland are all threats for them.
I know.
Finland, not as much. Because
Finland
predominantly, Russia has dominated Finland in international and exhibition play. Canada is a 50-50. USA, I'm going to favor the Americans on that one.
Yeah, I believe so as well.
Talking about Finland.
So they've been in every single Olympics. It's one of the few
6
teams.
appearances. Finishing at best third with bronzes in 98 and 2010, going fourth in 2002, 2006, and a surprising 5th in 2014. I saw that quite
a bit of a drop off. You lose players like 2006.
You got to look at them. It was like, what happened?
Sometimes you have a bad year.
I mean, for 2014.
Canada and the U.S., they didn't have players in 2006. They were really good. They both had horrible finishes. So, I mean, a lot of teams can't be great every year. However, their goaltending is going to be... So their goaltender is Nora Ratti. She is arguably the best goaltender outside of North America.
Best. I'm going to say best.
You're going to say best. She's pretty good, 248 goals against, 84 games, 923 save percentage while playing in the Finnish Women's League. She actually made appearances in the the tier 2 and tier 3 men's pro leagues. That's how she's like Finland's Shannon Sabatos. Yeah. It's not too bad.
I mean, she did really good in Minnesota.
Holy jeepers. So in 139 games, 135 goals against, 947 save percentage. Those are the best numbers in the the history of women's college hockey in NCAA. She has the best numbers. Most wins.
Her senior year alone, she played 38 games, .96 goals against.
That's an entire season. I remember we talked about the Russian goals.
And that was 4 games with .29. That's 4 games. But take
Alexandrova. There we go. I got it. Saved it. Big
4
save.
versus 38. Windmill.
Less than a goal.
Wow.
Oh, can we do the Bill Hader wow now from the commercial?
Wow. No, you got no.
Nobody asked you, Kevin.
Wow. That's phenomenal.
Yep, she's back-to-back champs in 2012 and, according to my typo, 2,103. That's typo.
That's a great year.
That's a fantastic.
That's when I had my first beer.
You lied, son.
You got to remember, man. I work and am an athlete for Davenport University. You got to understand. I don't know what beer is. I go and I read the Bible and I drink Kool-Aid on the weekends. Amen. This is tea.
You don't go to Calvin.
No. We're athletes and personnel are not. Well, I mean, athletes are not allowed.
I went to Davenport. I can tell you not a single athlete who says they're abstinent.
Not a single athlete at Davenport University has drank one drop of what you call this alcohol.
I know you're trying to get us not fired, Alex, but let's
not at all.
They're not that.
Not at all. Nope. It is we are a dry school with clean air.
So going on Rati here. Going back to the actual point at hand. Rati, even when they won bronze, not the greatest numbers, the 297 goals against and an 884 save percentage. She actually had a better performance in 2014.
Wow.
6 games, she had a 217 goals against and a 929 save percentage, which was better than the one where they actually won the bronze. So the defense corps has a little bit of experience, not a whole lot of experience from the North American side, a lot of pro experience though. Minamari Tuominen plays for the Blues in Sharjah. 200 points, 146 games. Not bad for a defenseman, and probably one of their better players, a veteran. Jenna Hirakoski, there we go. 30 years old, and not too bad with 407 points in 285 games. So they have defensemen that can score on the back end, which is, in a tournament like this, where it's a lot of up and down, straight up and down the ice, having puck-moving defensemen will be huge for them to kind of get a chance to, compete against Canada and the U.S. and Russia.
You know what the funniest thing that I don't like about Olympic ice? And I'm just going on a tangent here. Like, it's the same length as North American ice. It's just wider. Which is a lot more space. Which makes completely stupidity out of me and why I'm trying to understand it. Because the point of hockey is going forwards and then scoring. You don't go to the sides and score. You go.
We've watched you remember the old Soviet Union? They revolutionized the game by the way.
Well, the Soviet Union's dead. How does that go for a revolution?
It wasn't really a revolution. They just ran out of money. Anyways,
they didn't run out of money.
We're not going into this. You know, you call up Dan Carlin and you talk to him about flipping the Soviet Union.
You know who I'm going to talk to about the Soviet Union? I'm going to talk to that former KGB agent. I'm talking to you, Putin. I'm going to die tomorrow now.
Yeah, because the flipping NSA and all that stuff or whatever. NSA, whatever. Anyways,
NSA.
Who cares? So
NASA.
So we move up to the forwards for Finland and a little bit of North American experience. So we have Michelle Karvinen.
Michelle McCool.
No. So she played for North Dakota from 2011 to 2014. Not too bad with 131 points in 87 games. Not too shabby. She played in the Olympics. She's got 10 total points in 11 games in the 2010 and 2014 Olympics. Vinya Hovi. She's a 30-year-old. She played college back. Played 1 year in Niagara. Her totals for Niagara and then played for the University of Manitoba the last couple of years actually. Not too bad. 63 points in 67 games.
Dr. Danielson. I'm going to have to correct you there.
What?
That's an L. That's Venla Hovi.
I'm going blind. That's probably Venya.
No.
You think it's Venla with an L?
That's an L. Calling it.
All right.
I'm calling it.
All right.
Calling it.
Come to me.
Calling it.
Calling it.
Where's calling it. I'm calling it right now. She's a good pro.
She's probably is. She is a good pro. She's got 280 points, 205 games. Let's see what they say here. Get the sound on.
It's Venla. It ain't there. That's not an I. Yeah, Venla Hovi.
All right, so Venla Hovi, pretty good. Another solid forward up front for Finland. Let's see. Then we have Rikia Valila. She's 44 years old. She's the oldest player, so that's why I really want to talk about her. She is a Yager, but better. Remember how Yager took 4 years off, right? She took
and then
10 years off.
Yeah, but you have to remember though, Yager took 4 years off and then came back and destroyed everyone.
Well, so here's the thing. So did
all the goalies of the NHL were like, "Screw this! I'm
here's
done.
the thing.
I quit." So we're playing Yager. Throw in the backup. I'm done.
Here's the best part. Let's look at her numbers here. So she played through 2003 in Division 1 and the SM Charger, the women's leagues. Had really good numbers. Was always over a point a game player. And then so she came back in 2014 because she wanted to play in the Olympics again. She missed 2. She missed the 06 and 2010. She wanted to play in 2014. She played
2016.
No, 2014. Oh, that's the World Championships, Alex.
Oh.
Anyway, so...
Well, no, I'm talking pro totals when she was in...
Well, no, that was in the SDHL.
SDHL.
Yeah, so... But she came back and
played... SDHL, she played 189 games.
No, that's both. I'm
that's
saying,
both?
No, that's her career totals. 189 games, 456 points. Here's the best part. Let's look at her numbers in 2013. Her first year back for JYP. 13 games, 7 goals, 12 assists. And that was when she was, let's do the math, 40. She was 40 years old. The next season, 14 games, 12 goals, 25 assists.
When do you think she quits?
Next Olympics are what, China? Who knows?
I don't know.
40 points.
I hope for a player like this, she's a good player.
What if she breaks score? What if she can make it till? Have they announced 2026 games yet? No.
They have the bidding for it.
Oh, yeah, so they haven't had it. Oh yeah, right. Because I know Calgary's going for it.
No, the bidding is announced next year.
Okay, well I know Calgary's going for it, but
2019, Calgary's gonna lose. Calling it.
What? You mean 2026?
Oh, no, I mean okay. They're gonna lose the 2019 bid.
Well, here's the thing: they don't have to worry about building an arena because the Olympics already came in there and said, "Yeah, it's good."
You got a good arena. I mean, it kind of sucks that your Flames are not on fire.
They're in the playoffs. We went over this couple weeks ago. They're in the playoffs.
Not what I say about talking about the NHL.
All right, we're talking about the Olympics now.
Yeah.
Long story
short.
Wide
open hockey.
Long story short, Finland, they have the talent. If they can pull off an upset,
they
great.
They have to beat USA.
They have to win. Like I said, it's this tournament where if you win one and tie one, if you beat the right team and you tie the right team, you can beat it. If they get a regulation win against the United States somehow, like how Slovakia did in the World Juniors.
I say they beat USA and then tie Canada. Mic drop.
So you're saying what about Russia then? Can they beat Russia? They should be able to beat Russia.
Oh, they can beat Russia.
So you're telling me they're going to win, they're going to go 2-0-1.
Yep.
They're going to get 7 points.
Actually, no, they're going to probably go 2-1-0.
They're going to lose. Who do they lose to, Alex?
If I have to pick a team for them to lose to, I'm going to say it's Canada, and I say that them beating the USA
it won't be easy.
Is a shock.
Well, it's going to be a shock.
No, I mean it's going to be the talk of hockey for a good few days.
Well, yeah, same.
And in the world of hockey, talking about something for over
the same. Well,
2
days, it's going to be the same way Sweden.
Pretty good.
It's the same way when Sweden beat the U.S. in the semis back in 06. It's going to be.
You just look at it and
here's the funny thing. They don't like to talk about it either. That's the best part. They completely avoid that. Well, it's okay. Take that back. It's the same way Canada completely does not talk about the 06 Olympics.
What Olympics?
Well, the one can't. Well,
what Olympics?
No, 06 they won, but the men's side they don't talk.
What Olympics?
Good job. You're doing great. You're doing terrific.
There's 2002 and then 2010, right?
Yeah.
See? Mm-hmm. Works every time.
Shannon Savatos, great goaltender. Look at hers.
We're not talking about it.
Anyways, so now we move on to the final two. The final two teams.
Oh wow!
Both of them have been in every Olympics, and both have medaled in every Olympics.
Gold, silver, bronze, silver. We're talking about USA, by the way.
Silver and silver, and the only team. And here's the thing,
man, they're really good at being the first loser.
But however, Alex, they are the first winners. They will always hold that over Canada.
Yeah, whatever.
So
it's women's hockey. It's fine.
So they have 12 returners, and their goaltending situation will be kind of interesting because Alex Rigsby, she has never been in the Olympics. However, she has been on the World Championship team for the last few years. Mm-hmm. Pretty good numbers in those. 8 games, 1.48 goals against, 9.31 save percentage. She has won.
Not too bad.
She was the starter, and I think 3 of the 5 last champions. I think so. She played in Wisconsin. This is, like I said, I looked at her stats. Guess what? College, nothing after that. No pro. Just playing for the national team.
I mean, well, in some situations, if you're playing women's hockey,
I think she coaches too. It could be it. I think she coaches. A lot of these girls coach. A lot of these women coach.
Right.
On the side.
Whether it be high school or
a lot of college
teams. But in a situation like this, women's hockey is underdeveloped. So when you're wanting to get like, because this is their job. This is their job. They're getting far more exposure, and they're given far more resources to the like extent of trainers, medical staff, insurance, that kind of stuff when you're playing for your nation's team.
Right, and I just think though, like now the fact the leagues the pro leagues are expanding, they're getting more exposure. I think there is a future there, and it'll be. I think
there's a future there, but I'm gonna say
right now it's tough. So that's why
Alex Rigsby is only gonna play in whether it be she'll probably play for the Northern Women's Hockey League or the National Women's Hockey. Excuse me. She'll only play that after she decides that she doesn't want to play for the Olympics anymore.
Now, here's the huge thing: is that Nicole Hensley. There's a lot of talk that Hensley may play instead because she had a really good 2017 World Championships. Three games. Yeah, 3 games.
3 games. Point.
That is
0.06.
No, that's
point.
No, I think I
did. You screw up?
Did I screw that one
then
up?
It probably would have been like point.
Elite prospects, come save me. Point 0.63.
0.6. Well, still though, that's just over half.
Just over half, 9.64, and she had a really, and I think everyone's like looking at them like, hey, they're good right now. And that's where I say, kind of similar to the whole Swiss thing. Remember how Marty Brodeur was in 2010? Yeah. He was supposed to be the starter. Supposed to lead Canada once again, just like 2002. Here we go, Marty.
But you done screwed up.
And he fails, and guess who comes in? A younger
Roberto
Luongo. He comes in and saves the day in Vancouver.
I am to save the day.
Okay, Andy Kaufman sit next to me now. But so there's more depth in the U.S. than that. And the move to the defense, Megan Keller's probably going to be their top defenseman.
I'm going to say that she scores twice, at least.
2 goals at least. Well, in World Championships, she's got 4 goals in 13 games. It's possible. She's played in Boston College, over a point a game player there with a plus 138 in 4 years. That's pretty good. Pretty good. Casey Bellamy, Bellamy? I think it's Bellamy. Bellamy. She's a 2-time Canadian Women's Hockey League champ and a 1-time 2016 National Women's Hockey League champ. She played for, I think, Boston. Yeah, she was part of those Boston teams because when Boston went to the NWHL, she went with. Because Boston used to be in the Canadian Women's Hockey League. In the Olympics, though, she doesn't have huge numbers. She's a plus 8 in 10 games over 2010 and 2014, so not crazy numbers, but as a defenseman,
not bad.
I mean, as a defenseman, especially, it's a good plus minus.
Amanda Kessel.
So the three-headed monster of the front will be Amanda Kessel, Megan Dugan, Hillary Knight. If you don't know those 3 names, you obviously do not follow hockey whatsoever. Like you are
women's hockey.
Excuse me. You are a basic fan. You cheer for your NHL team, and that's it. Yes, I know we're not supposed to talk about it, but I'm just saying, if you're a fan that follows hockey, really follows it.
Timeout. Did he just say hockey? Okay, only like hardcore hockey fans that watch everything, know these guys. I mean, I barely know them because I know this guy, and he talks about it. But excuse my French here, but that's a load of malarkey. If you're like a pretty good hockey fan, like not like above casual, like at least the first 2 starting lines of a few teams, and the good players and the good pros. You don't have to know these names. That's a bunch of BS. Well, now that my time's over, I'm gonna drink a little sip of my tea. Oh, I got a little lip action from the tea bag. Time in.
I'm just saying that the players like these, like people that have watched Olympics in the past, people that have an idea about women's hockey, this is a line that is to be reckoned with. They are really good. So Kessel had 248 points, 136 games.
Wait, can we confirm that she's related to Phil?
I think she is. I'm pretty 100% sure. You do that. I'll keep doing my thing. Megan Dugan, she's cute. Megan Dugan played in the CWHL and NWHL, 55 points, 56 games, not too bad. Plus 36. And Hillary Knight, well, I mean, one of the more, I think, marketable women's hockey players in the U.S. she's been absolutely she tears up the pro leagues pretty good. I say there, Alex. 68 games, 52 goals, 58 assists.
Okay, I'm saying 60. I'm gonna stop you right there. When you look up Amanda Kessel on the interwebs, the two other things come up, or the things that come up along with her is Minnesota, Hillary Knight, hockey, Phil Kessel, USA, women's, and Megan Duggan. So
pretty much they are all interlinked, and that's how and she's actually she can score. And so I'm sorry, I'm looking at Hillary Knight now. I'm still talking about her. In 10 games, 2010, 2014 Olympics, 4 goals, 10 assists, 14 points, plus 9. I mean, it's. You want teams like Switzerland, teams like Sweden, and heck, even Japan and Korea. You want them to do well. However, when you have these two behemoths, when you have to go in between a rock and a hard place, guess what? You're gonna end up like everyone else on Odysseus' crew. You're going in the water.
Holy cow!
What?
No, this Amanda Kessel. Not only is she the sister of Stanley Cup champion Phil Kessel,
3-time Stanley Cup champion Phil Kessel,
one of the most expensive players on the Toronto Maple Leafs payroll.
I think we're only paying for half of it.
I mean, he's still pretty expensive.
Because everyone's on an entry-level contract. Har. What?
And then she's also the sister of the AHL player, Blake Kessel. And fun fact, Phil Kessel is Phil Kessel Jr. Because they're all... Philip Kessel Jr.
Way to go, Philip! Let's go another goal, Philip.
Way to go, Philip.
Philip James Kessel Jr. What's Phil's middle name? I want to see it. Pull it up.
Phil Kessel.
Phil Kessel. What's his middle name?
Philip Joseph Kessel.
Dang, I was close. I got the J right.
Philip Joseph Kessel Jr. You son of a gun.
You would have thought it would have been James. Philip James. Philip James sounds a bit of Philip Joseph. Anyways, so that is the U.S.
Yeah, they're from Minnesota. They're
the number one ranked team.
They're a little bit more religious.
Maybe. No, I get it, Joseph and James.
Well, because Joseph is more religious than James.
Well, do you think Amanda's middle name is Mary?
Well, you know what? James is a Protestant name, and they're not for that kind of stuff in Minnesota.
They're Roman Catholics. I have no idea. No,
I don't even know.
So,
if you're from Minnesota and you watch this, tell us.
What's the majority?
What's your majority?
We have a lot of Catholics over here. A lot of Catholics.
Yep.
A few Methodists too. A few.
Barely. There's a lot of children.
A lot of children over here. Anywho, so the final team that's in this tournament, Alex. You may know it.
Beep, 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 beep. Beep, 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 beep. Okay, I'm done.
Okay. Let's say we don't have enough time for this video. We're already running way over. Anyways, we're running at an hour. This is the longest episode ever. If you're watching this video and you watch it from start to finish,
I'm sorry.
You either don't have a job,
a life,
or you have YouTube Red where you can listen to it. Which, if you're YouTube Red, subscribe to our channel.
Are you paying to see us? What's wrong with you?
We're trying to get money here. Focus. We're
not going to get money from YouTube Red.
Well, not from YouTube Red, but from these people that are going to, donate money for us to work on our endeavors, yeah?
We will open up ourselves a nice little Patreon and then a GoFundMe or something.
GoFundMe, no, because we need hockey gear first. GoFundMe for hockey gear. All we need
GoFundMe for hockey gear.
We only need like $300, right?
Hey, if you go onto our GoFundMe that we will create eventually, you can supply us with some pretty okay hockey gear that we can open up our second and possibly third channel.
Here we go, Alex. Here we go. Ready for this?
Kuehl Brothers.
Well, here's the thing, Alex. Where are we getting
Kuehl Brothers hockey?
Wait, Alex, but where are we getting our gear from?
Oh yeah.
We're getting our gear from Sideline Swap Hockey. SidelineSwap.com, I think. Yes. Your place for getting all used and new gear at affordable pricing.
And discount hockey go. 20% off. Code Bender.
We're trying here, guys. Help us out.
20% off all clearance items. Code Bender.
We could really use some sponsors.
I don't think they can hear you.
We need sponsorship.
Anyways, Canada 6 appearances.
This is the 6th appearance. Silver. Gold. Count it off. We are the best. 10 gold in World Championships. That's the most. 8 silver. That's the second most.
World champions.
You want to know why, Alex? You want to know why you wonder why we only have second? We're second in silver medals, Alex. We will have the second most in World Championships.
Because the U.S.
Because the U.S. has more. Because Canada has more gold. Sorry, not sorry. 14 returners on the team. One in particular, Shannon Zabotos, 31 years old. You know what? She's had some. It's been this. It's this with her. She's really good in the Olympics, really good women's team. She went to the SPHL. That happened. We're gonna kind of leave that one off to the side. Leave it over there.
She plays good for Canada.
We'll let Peoria and Columbus figure that out.
She plays good for Canada.
And she may be the starter. However, don't be surprised if she falters, because the next best goaltender in the world may just be Anne-Renee Debian. Oh. Ready for these numbers, folks? You thought Roddy was good. You thought Andrew.
No. I mean, she's par.
Par? Are you kidding me?
No, she's par.
You want to read off the numbers, Alex, for me? For Wisconsin, just for Wisconsin.
122 games, .92 goals against, 947.
Now remember we said about Roddy, she had a .96 in a season, 38 games. She has .92 over 122 games.
Well, that's just consistency.
That's 4 years of less than a goal a game.
That's just consistency. I mean, if you make a good pudding and it stays consistent, that's still pretty good pudding.
Exactly. And I mean, like I said, Sabatos probably will start. However, don't be if there's any
that's
blemish.
Her nickname from her boyfriend, Puddin', because she's consistent.
Think of the Joker, Harley Quinn shtick. So then we move. So let's move to the defense core, because obviously we're talking about the goaltending. The goaltending's ready; it's there.
By defense, the way, don't joke with the Joker, because I'll throw out my impression.
No, you don't. Wait, which one?
The only Joker impression that matters other than Mark Hamill, because he's
exactly.
Really
So
I'm saying Heath Ledger. I love you. I miss you, Heath.
So back to our actual work that I put a lot of effort into. By the way, I mentioned 7 hours.
Let me tell you something. My father.
These people are watching this right now. They could get to the point.
My father gave birth to Jocelyn LaRock.
No, that's not how it worked.
It's how it works.
Jocelyn LaRock is what he said, if you couldn't hear over his disgusting voice. Pretty good defenseman, a plus 67 in 4 years at Minnesota Duluth.
Pretty alright.
Minnesota Duluth was like it's funny, you have
They
Minnesota.
just have a lot of women players. They're good.
They're very good. And it kind of sucks that they're all like in that area. Minnesota, Wisconsin dominated, but then you have Minnesota Duluth who's like, we're here. We are here. We are here.
Okay, you dirty Hoovian.
All right, but in her pro total, she played in the NW and the CW. 92 games, 19 points, -1. Not outrageous numbers, but pretty solid. Pretty solid in the World Championships. 7 assists in 29 games, plus 28, which is going to be huge, being huge on the back end. Lorraine Rougeau. She's 27 years old. She's more. She got more points. 70 games, 39 points. That's pretty good coming from the back end. That's like I said, huge in tournaments having defensemen that can move the puck and score.
I mean, she's got 147.
That's
plus 147. She's got a total of 116 points in 133 games, while her time at Cornell was spent playing hockey and hitting the books.
Hitting the books with the Ivy League. Let's say she's a 4-time champ in the pros, both NW and CW. Then we move to the forwards, which is kind of different because you have Haley Wickenheiser retiring right before last season, which is, and here's the best part about it: seeing her go, it's like, oh my gosh, you're losing your leading scorer. Here's the thing: she wasn't the only one.
No,
like there's so much depth scoring, which is why that's why it's hard to look outside Canada and just be in the top two, being gold and silver. It's just because they have the depth. Whereas, Finland, Sweden, they don't have the same amount of depth.
I think as a fan of Team Canada and women's Canada hockey, if specifically, when you look at a retirement like that, it's sad, but that's just one more like roster spot you can fill with another great talent.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be.
Canada's just good at hockey. It's a proven fact. Doesn't matter if it's women's or men's. We're just good.
So, let's say Poulin's almost, what is that? Can I read? Yeah, she is a Poulin's pro totals over, I forget how many seasons it is. I think it's like since 2009. She's a 2-point-a-game player in 67 games. 134 points total.
That's pretty good.
Pretty good.
Pretty good player.
Pretty good player.
Pretty good player.
She definitely can score in the Olympics. 8 goals in 10 games. 12 points in 10 games. Plus 13. She definitely has a lot to give on the front end. Rebecca Johnson. She played at Cornell as well. Did she play
Is it
with?
Johnson or Johnston?
I think it's Johnston. Did I say Johnston? What did I say?
I believe you just said Johnson.
No. Well,
Either way.
Well, Johnston played with Rougeau back in Cornell for a couple years there, and she had 188 points in 119 games. And
if I'm correct, I want to say that she played 3 years.
3 years with her. Yep.
Actually, no.
2 years.
4 years.
Johnson played 20. Because Rebecca Johnson didn't play from 2009 to 2010 because that was when what they do if they're in college when the Olympic year comes around, they just stop playing college. Then they go with the Olympic team. So that's why Johnson.
So then she played 3 years.
Played 3 years with her. No, 2 years. No, 2010, 2012. It's 2 years. She only played 2 years with Rougeau. Anyways, not as much scoring in the Olympics as Poulin had. Only 3 goals in 10 games. However, her numbers in the CWHL are fantastic as well, with 90 points in 72 games. Plus, they're more of like almost like your quote unquote third line center, but she'd probably be a second line center, and like in the NHL, it'd be like a third line center. Good, solid scoring point a game player.
That's what we call a depth player, kids.
Yeah, it's like we just said. It's only like they have depth scoring. Depth.
Yeah, every team needs a thumper, Johnny.
Yes, she's a thumper, and probably, I think maybe the
when your thumper gets 188 points in 119 games for Cornell, you're good. And that's your thumper.
Probably your last player we're going to talk about for Canada is Haley Irwin. Here's the thing about Haley Irwin too. 206 points, 134 games in college. Not
good.
Good, not great numbers, but she scores consistently. That's the big thing is 2014 she got hurt in 2014. That's why
she's a pudding puck player.
But she
triple P's.
I just think with her she's getting a little older.
She's only 29.
Well, we said earlier it's different.
Yes,
different
in the world of women's hockey.
Not all of us can be.
If you're getting to the point where you're in
not all of us can be
the prime of
not all of us can be Valila where we play till 45, 50 years old. But it's just she's a solid player. I think with her experience on there, I think she's really gonna have to bring it to the floor for Canada. I think she'll be probably a good third line player. I think she'll lead that third line, and we can only I
don't know about the third line.
I think when I look through, I think she'll easily be on the third line. I think because
I think this is
the amount of players. There's a lot of players on the fourth line. I think she'll be a third line winger probably and third line center. But she can score. That's the big thing is that you're gonna have that scoring when you have to throw out. When your top two lines get tired, you can throw out your third line against their third line and know that. Not just they're gonna be good defensively, but good scoring as well. But yeah. So that's the end of Group A. Alex, would you like to make a prediction on who is going to come out of Group A?
Group A?
Who comes out on
I might be completely biased, but I'm going to say Canada.
It's literally going to come to... I feel like...
It's going to come down to the U.S. and Canada. That's what NBC Sports and the entire Olympic Committee are betting on. What they need to happen because everyone... Well, if you're in North America, you love watching North Americans go after it. Canada versus U.S. Every time.
Wednesday, February 4th.
If you're a European team, you hate this game. You hate watching Canada versus U.S. You think it's stupid. Because you know what? You're sick of it. And I completely understand.
Well, here's the thing. If you go to Scandinavia, guess what? What's the biggest rival in hockey? Sweden, Finland.
Yeah, exactly. If you live in any of the post-World War II Soviet
countries?
States, the former Soviet states,
the United
it's always either their country versus Russia or Russia versus formerly Czechoslovakia coming into the Czech Republic. Yeah. Because in women's hockey, at least, the Czech Republic is better.
So probably the game that will determine the women's Group A will be, assumingly, knock on wood, Canada versus U.S. That'll be at Wednesday, February 14th. No.
Hold on. Now that I'm thinking about this, I think the game to watch, or the games to watch,
all of them,
are the Olympic athletes of Russia versus Canada and versus U.S.
I mean,
because I think that'll be the... Oh, what's the term? Something to break the camel's back.
Well, Canada plays Russia they play on the 11th. They play on Sunday. Yes, I'll be alive for that one because it's at 7 in the morning. Yes.
So actually, I think
we have two games tonight. Do you work Saturday?
Probably.
Oh, you don't know. Okay. Anyways,
I think then Canada's going to come out swinging if the first game versus them.
It's not going to. Canada's going to come out guns blazing. It's going to come down to that last game. It's on the 14th. It's at 10 a.m. So guess who's going to have a nice long break at work?
Wait, 10 a.m.
This guy.
On which day?
The 14th. It's on a Wednesday.
Well, Alex, actually, hold on.
Alex, do what I did. Alex, do what I did.
10 a.m. Hold on.
Wait, Alex,
hold on.
You're in class.
Yeah, I'm in my sports bar class.
Do what I did. 2014 Olympics. I was in class. I was in English class. Guess what I did? I walked out. I watched Canada versus U.S.
Well, I was in English class. Actually, no, I wasn't in English class. In 2014, it was during my English period, but I went up to my teacher and I said, "Listen,
the semifinals are going right now.
I'm so sorry. You don't really have a lot planned today. You can see in the hallways everyone else is wearing USA garb. I'm wearing the Canadian jersey. I'm going down to Mr. Cody's room and I'm watching this game because everyone knew if you're a hockey fan, you go to Mr. Cody's room because he played everything. If it was hockey and it was Olympics, it didn't care if it was a morning game, afternoon. It was on the screen.
I'll probably have.
He'd still teach around it, but there it was.
Yeah.
And we watched that game, and I was
that
happy.
Was it 1-0 or no? That was 2-1.
I was happy.
What was it?
I was happy. I was the one kid that was like, yeah.
Everyone's like, woo. I was the one sitting in.
Beer's on me tonight, but I don't have money and I can't buy beer. Woo!
I was the one kid here's the thing, because everyone else cared about school, unlike me, and I was sitting in the lobby there.
Yeah, because you're a lazy bum.
Center, and I was just, let's go. Yeah, of course. Then again, I also watched Latvia, the Latvian game. But what? Well, that'll be.
We don't talk about Latvia.
Well, that was a good game. We won, thank goodness. But I almost had a heart attack in the middle of the school. Anyway,
a heart attack.
So we look. That is our preview of the players and who to look out for. So Alex, who are your gold, silver, and bronze picks? And actually, let's do this.
I'm gonna go bronze, silver, gold for you.
How about this? How about we determine who's in the bronze medal game first? Because obviously there's two teams there.
Okay.
Because obviously gold and silver, obviously they made it. So who do you think will be in the bronze medal game?
I'm gonna say it's the Scandinavian rivalry, Finland versus Sweden.
Well, Alex, don't forget it's top two from each conference. That means you're saying Finland has to make it.
If it's the top two, crap.
That means that means you're pretty much picking two. You're almost picking two teams from.
Oh shoot.
From B.
In that case. Oh shoot! I don't want.
I
don't want to pick two teams from Group B, but because Canada and U.S. are probably going to be the top two.
Women's Olympic. Hold on, I'm just going to confirm this right now. Women's Olympic medal round format.
Is it the top two from each?
Well, that's what I'm looking up right now. So
faster.
Well, how about this? How about you pick who wins the gold medal game?
Okay, I'll go. The gold medal game is going to include Canada. That's based on history, facts, and depth. They're really good. They have the best chance to win.
Let's look at. How about this? I'm going to look at the past here.
Well, I can't decide who wins the gold medal.
So 2014. Here we go. So
okay, I'm going to say that Canada wins the gold medal, no matter what.
So we go to the standings. Canada finished first. U.S. finished second.
Okay, but what was the
Russia versus Sweden? So the quarterfinals were. So. They all play. Here we go. So. The way it works.
Uh-huh.
Is literally just the two best if I'm not, let me look. 9.6 points. 9.6 points. So Canada and the U.S. get a bye. So 6 teams make it. 1, 2,
6 teams.
3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 teams make it. So I guess the way it works. So the 4th best team from Group A. Wait, no, that can't be right.
What? No.
I'm so lost. Top 2 teams receive byes and were deemed the home team in the semifinals as they were seeded. So.
Okay, so Canada and...
All right, who's your 6 teams that are going to make it then, Alex? Apparently more can make it.
Oh, Lord. Okay.
So all 4 teams from Group A made it in 2014, and only Sweden and Russia made it from Group B.
Okay, so I'm going to say Canada, USA, Finland, Olympic players of Russia. That's 4. And then Sweden and Switzerland. Because I don't think Japan or Korea has a chance. They don't have enough. It's that scene from the movie Mystery Alaska where Charlie Danner looks at Donnie Scholzoffer and he says, "Do you think they got a chance? Or a shot? A shot at what?
A shot at what?" I want to talk about the next
They're
part.
not-
Hey, anyways, nope. We're not.
Hey, do you know where a guy can get a rug and a tug around here?
What? So there's 6 teams. So sorry, your picks were Canada,
so
US,
out of the
Russia, Sweden,
my top
Switzerland.
6 is USA, Canada, Finland, Sweden, the Olympic players of Russia or Olympic athletes of Russia, and Switzerland, la Suisse.
I'm going to Alex. I'm going to do to you.
You're not gonna pick Korea.
I'm not going to pick Korea.
You're gonna pick Japan, aren't you?
I'm going to pick
Why?
Because I got it. Okay, first of all, I got to be different.
You gotta be different.
Japan gets a win against Korea.
If you pick Japan to be in the top 6, you're losing all of your credibility.
Here's the thing. Ready for this? All you have to do, you beat Korea.
That's not hard.
You tie Switzerland. That's 4 points. Switzerland ties, but loses to Sweden. Each win Japan. You're tied with Sweden. You're tied with Switzerland. If you get more goals than them, it's possible. And I just for the sake of being different, I'm gonna pick Japan because I want to see some. I want to see some difference. I want to see some difference here. I want to see that happen. It's the only way.
Here's the thing, though, especially in the Winter Olympics, it's so polar.
I just think
North American
they have a chance.
North America dominates. Russia
if the
dominates.
Danes can make it in the World Juniors,
that's the World Juniors, and that was men's hockey.
I don't care if Japan finishes last. They finish 6th and they get smoked in the quarters. They have a chance.
You have to think, though. Women's hockey only exists in countries where hockey is very prevalent. For some reason...
Remember China was in it 1 year.
Well, yeah. Because for some weird reason...
They finished in the top 8.
Japan, Korea, and China... Actually, just scratch that. Well, yeah, the more, mainland Asian countries... For some weird reason, hockey's kind of big.
Yeah.
Then again, that's one of the few... Well, at least in the case of North Korea and China, that's one of the only things they're allowed to do.
You're just on a roll today. Anyways,
they call me Butter because I'm on a roll.
Anyways, so now your top 4 then. So your top 4.
My top 4 is.
Well, excuse me. Let's go to the bronze medal game. Pick who wins the bronze. So who's in the bronze medal?
Bronze medal is going to be Sweden and Finland.
Okay, I see that. Who wins?
I say Sweden comes on top. I say it goes. They're going to be tied going into the 3rd period.
Sweden pulls it out late.
And then Sweden gets a weird goal.
It's going to be a weird one.
It's going to be one of those things where, the puck is behind the goal line, and it somehow makes it right to the slot where there's a Swedish stick right on the ice, just like you're taught, and just puts it in there.
Just taps it in.
Just tucks it in. I tucked it!
So Sweden beats
Sweden beats Finland.
So you have the Scandinavian rivalry, and I assume the North American rivalry.
Yes, because I'm sorry, Russia, but your Red Army ain't gonna win.
So who wins, Alex?
The United States. I'm gonna say that the United States wins.
You say they get it this year?
I say as much as I don't want them to win, for the sake of...
They've just done so...
For the sake of my integrity as a reporter of sports.
A reporter of sports. Buddy, you work the camera for a certain school that we do not...
I am the director of media...
For a certain school that we do not associate with. From this show, at least.
The show doesn't associate with. We, on personal levels, associate
work there at a certain school.
I am a director of media.
I'm the director.
You're not a director.
It's a joke.
You're just the guy that they call, like,
and I come from the underground. Quite frankly, I'm sick and tired. So
USA
US beats Canada.
USA beats Canada by 2 goals.
2 goals. Empty netter?
No. Canada will not pull their goal.
So, well, that's yours. And so what I'm going to do is I have to go the same way.
Japan wins the goal.
Japan pulls it out of their butts and wins it. No, you know what? I think I don't. In a Russia-Sweden game, anything happens. Anything can happen. I just think Sweden has too much. There's a lot of yes, there's a lot of familiarity with Russia with the same players and the same team. I just think Sweden will pull it out there in the quarters. I think Sweden will probably play Russia in the quarterfinals. And I think, so we'll have another Finland, and I think Finland wins on goaltending alone. Nora Roddy will steal the show. That's the only reason why Finland will ever be there is because she plays phenomenal. And that's how they win the bronze.
You see, that's the only reason why I would say that Sweden wins.
And Canada wins. They beat the U.S. on basis of not goaltending, but just heart. Like, they are coming with a chip on their shoulder. They are not the favorite to win the tournament.
Yeah, they are.
No, they're not.
Historically.
This is looking like the 2002 Olympics, where U.S. had won the World Championships right before that. They dominated Canada all in the exhibition season. Canada was going there.
But Canada still won.
Yes, they did. But here's the thing. You have to understand, yes, Canada has the record. However, they are coming into this the underdog because, guess what? U.S. has whipped them. They have whooped them in the last few years.
Have they whooped them in the Olympics? No.
No, because in the last 4 years, they haven't played in 4 years. They have whooped them in those 4 years. Every single year. Ever since 2014 in Sochi, World Championships have gone to the United States. Even before that, the United States won the World Championships. They have not.
But this is the World Championships, Teach.
It's still a best on best.
This is
it's
the
still
Olympics.
It is still a best on best tournament.
Here's the thing, though. As much as I literally just said that the USA is going to win, though, but I will defend Canada in saying that they're not the underdog. Just because they're ranked second in the world,
I'm just saying
that's not underdog.
Since I'm talking about this is just all hockey. Like, this is international exhibition, Nations tournament, Nations Cup, 4 Nations Cup, World Championships. U.S. is dominating. Canada is going to come in with a chip on their shoulder, and they're going to be out looking for blood. They're going to want this game more than the U.S. does. I think that's going to be the difference in the gold medal game.
They're like Floyd Money Mayweather. They just, when it comes to the big fight, they win. Some people say that they won't. Some people say they do.
And here's the thing. I don't want to get overconfident because it's going to be a tough road because, like I said, you're playing the 4 best teams in women's hockey right now in your pool before you even get to
women's international hockey.
Women's international hockey, pardon me. So it's going to be tough, but I think Canada pulls it out.
I agree with that.
You see it, but
I see your point.
So
and the same with why I see that you would say that Finland beats Sweden.
Yeah,
because it.
Right, like just because like there's just certain aspects I think how Finland and Canada will come out with medals, and U.S. will obviously, but I don't think Sweden.
A Scandinavian country. And both American countries will get a medal. That is what we can agree on.
Well, no, almost 90 minutes. Holy cow!
Yeah, about.
That's going to take forever to upload.
Yep.
So, the games don't start till the 10th, thank goodness. That's the worst part about...
We got 4 days to let this video upload.
So here, although the worst part about it is that if we do the show on Tuesday for the 13th, will the show even be up by the first game for the men's?
Yeah, well.
Well, no, the first game for the men's, hold on, is the 14th, so it's next Wednesday. Where is... Did I miss it? Where did I...
Ty, I'll tell you right now, it's going to.
Trying to click it. Faster. Go.
By the time that everything uploads and everything...
Men's group... Oh, where's the first one?
When is the first game?
First game is at... Oh, come on, don't do this to me. I turned off the sound for a reason. Men's group B, his first game is Slovakia and Russia.
That's gonna be a good one.
Well,
good one to watch.
Here's the thing: it's such a wide open tournament, which we'll go into next week. It is such a wide open tournament; it's gonna be fun. But that game's not till 7, so we have a chance that'll be uploaded. Unfortunately, I will not be awake to tweet it out.
That's fine.
If you subscribe to our channel and get our alerts, guess what? Then you'll know because you'll get an update on your phone.
Yeah, click the little bell ringer down there. You get all
you have to click the subscribe button first and then the bell ringer.
Well, you got to click a couple things here. You're gonna click 4 things in total. Ready? I'll take you through. Like it, subscribe, comment on the video because
I don't know about that.
I like comments.
That's a gutsy move.
I like audience
that's a
inclusion.
It's a gutsy move.
So that's 3.
It's a bold move, Cotton.
This is polyester, I'm pretty sure. Anyways, and number 4, the bell. Illuminati. Do it.
Illuminati? No, there's 4, Alex. Can't be.
That's what I said. 4. Hit
Alex.
The bell,
Alex,
comments.
We haven't even talked about
like, subscribe, comment.
If it wasn't for Alex, here's the thing. Thankfully, this video's about to end because you want to know something. We didn't get to talk about the most important thing that's coming up here.
What?
Roll up the rim to win! Let's go! Honda CRV, let's go!
For Tyler Kuehl, I am Alex Kuehl. Leave a like, subscribe, tell all your friends, tell your mom because we need subscribers. And
roll up the rim! Free coffee! Let's go!
Oh, yeah. We here at the Kuehl Show are apologizing for the lack of a video game shenanigans last week.
We're doing it on Thursday.
we are going to do, I'm going to say this right now, we are going to do at least
half an hour,
90 minutes.
You don't have to do research for next Tuesday, right?
Video game shenanigans. That's right. We're playing, and I'm going to do a little spoiler for those of you that have lasted this long. We're doing Shell. Wait for it. We're doing Rocket League. Wait for it. We're going to play Call of Duty. Wait for it.
No, it's only 3.
Wait for it. Wait for it.
No, I can't
wait for it. And the intro will be the PlayStation 2, PlayStation 20th anniversary. For Tyler Kuehl. This is Alex Kuehl. Leave a like, subscribe, tell your mom.
We're in trouble.
We're out.
It's all over. Wait, we didn't shut down, Alex. Shut down.
Bye.
Bye.